Hello, everybody, and welcome back once again. It is me, semi-original guy, aka Mr. Cannon from Advanced Wars of AWBW, bringing you another community battle matchup here. And we are back on Caustic Finale today. Yes, you've probably seen Caustic Finale 1,000 times by now, but as long as there is Caustic Finale, there is always going to be Caustic Finale battles. That is for sure. Alright, so today we have a Tier 4 matchup between Anna Page and Etchel. So Anna Page up on the Orange Star territory there, playing as Adder. As we know, Adder gets a day-to-day of absolutely nothing. He's got no day-to-day abilities, however, he does get the +1 and the +2 movement from his super and his normal co-power. Now, on the opposite side here, we have Jess. Now, Jess is the land unit specialist. Her vehicles will get plus 10% firepower, but unfortunately every other unit that she has is going to be losing that 10%. So that is infantry on this map for sure. It is also going to be navy, but you don't usually see too much navy on Caustic Finale. You do occasionally see it every once in a while in the form of a battleship, but we'll see what happens on this one. Alrighty. So with that out of the way, Caustic Finale, you know, very standard matchup. Mixed base, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bases on this one. 8. So you're going to see a lot of units. Infantry are incredibly powerful on Caustic Finale. And especially in this matchup, I would say Adder probably has the advantage here with the infantry, especially with the +1 movement for them. So I will just go ahead and put up some player profiles up here so you can take a look at that. Both players are rated around the 1,000 region for sure. And alright, so without further ado, we are just going to go into this one and see what happens. So, in the first few days, we always have our standard infantry builds. You got to get the infantry on the field. They are essential no matter what game you are playing. Both players decide to go and cap the neutral base on their side. Those caps have been successful, and here we go. Alright, so we're gonna stop at day 5 and just sort of see what's going on here. We have some Orange Star infantry moving over here to begin captures on a few properties over here. We have the port being captured from the Orange Star territory. Blue Moon is still fairly far away from getting that port, although has begun a count down here, which is the mirror of this area over here. So it does look like Etchel is a little bit ahead right there, so that's pretty cool for him. Has begun capture on a few properties in the middle here, and both players have decided to build first vehicle as an artillery unit. So artillery units, interesting first build for Caustic Finale. Normally people like to go with the tank and do that early aggression, although an artillery can be very effective. Now, we do see here that we have the mirror build, too, from both of them. They're both built out of the same base. So we're going to see what can happen here. It is possible that the Blue Moon one could move all the way up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it could move here and deny this property right here from being captured, while this infantry moves in and captures this one completely free. Same thing could possibly happen from this artillery here. We could move either on the bridge or in the forest, deny this property here, but we're going to see what happens. So let's go ahead and continue on here. Does look like Etchel is sitting at around 9,000 funds per turn, 10,000 funds per turn now. Alright, so we're moving the artillery up north, people. That is pretty cool. Alright, so we are going to cause the denial of this city by the looks of it. So we're going to see what Anna Page does in response to that. So they go ahead and capture a few cities, capture the port. It looks like Anna Page is now sitting at 12,000 funds per turn. Does sort of a ballsy capture down here. We do know that this one is in range to be interrupted by a 2-pronged attack, potentially. So we're going to see if that does happen or not. Interesting stuff. Alright, so it looks like we got a tank now. And the artillery has decided to move over here to block up this city, and actually block this city as well in the meantime. So no units are going to be able to sit on that property at all. We aren't going to be seeing no infantry on that city. Alright, so that's the end of the turn. We do have the tank advantage now. It is on the field and ready to go. We decide to go for the cap and the interrupt. Interesting play there. I think probably, I would say, probably actually be better to move this infantry onto the forest and move this one up here and get the 2-hit. Now, by getting the 2-hit, you would guarantee that this infantry would be out of commission, and it would basically be free. I don't see this infantry stopping the cap to move down to hit this one down here, so probably that would have been a good move here. I do believe that we probably would be able to get this city later on, as long as we continue to fight, especially if we took out an infantry. So we'll see what happens with that one. Yeah, a 7-6 engagement too. Not the best engagement you can take, but not the worst one for sure. Alright, so we're building a tank out of this property, infantry out of this property, so I'm hoping that we send this infantry up north. Now, what we could do with this artillery, I'm thinking, is we could possibly, if we place it right here, it would still give us the block on this property right here, and as well as zone out these 2 spots with the artillery, which would make it so this infantry would not be able to come down easily. Now, tank out of this position. Not 100% behind it. I think we should have brought the tank up here out of this property if we're going to build it here, because then we would be able to get the interrupt on this city right here. Instantly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 movements on the dot to get in the forest and cause the interrupt. This tank is not going to be able to attack anything out of this position, so not a super great buy out of that property, I don't think. Ooh. Not sure why we're moving the artillery back down here. Now we just have this city open. And this city, yeah, this artillery is not really in a good position to do anything at the moment too, so a very indecisive artillery unit right there. So we'll see what happens with that one, although I think this is probably not a very good idea. Definitely probably would have stuck it right there. Or at the very least, keep it right here, because then we still zone that area out. But we'll see. Okay, so Anna Page coming in with the caps. Interesting movement here, too. Now, I see a lot of people on Caustic Finale actually fighting over this property here, but believe it or not, I don't really think that property is very important to the overall flow of the match. A lot of the time, you just end up diverting way too many resources to it, and it kind of just becomes a slugfest down here, and there's not really anything of value over here. But what is of value? What is of value? It's HQ. Oh, there's an HQ right there. So if you actually position your units like what Anna's doing right now, you can cause some serious surrounding of that HQ and block your opponent in there. So let's see if maybe that's the play that we're going for here. Alright, looks like we're not going to be capping this city here. We are actually just going to take the shot. Now, I think that's probably a smart idea because we're not going to get that cap if we continue it. So damaging the infantry further is probably a good idea. Moving the infantry or artillery back in order to continue to zone out this property, but also keep it safe from infantry fire, I think that's a good idea right there. Moving the tank forward to actually start threatening this area too, that is huge. Very, very huge. Building a tank out of this area to start defending against the infantry itself, very nice. I don't think that is a bad play at all. Very good placement of that. Alright, so let's see what Etchel decides to do in response to that move right now. Alright, we are going in and capping the rest of our cities here. Join capping. Well, it is going to guarantee us the capture. That's for sure. Maybe that's the plan. Alright, looks like we're going to join cap to guarantee the capture. It does take out the 5 HP infantry. Puts it in range to actually be hit by this infantry right here, which is not the best. Not the worst, but not the best. Looking at this situation right here too, I think you could actually get like a nice 2-pronged attack and take out this infantry completely and then move these 2 infantry down. and possibly threaten this area a little bit more, but I don't know. That might just be me thinking here, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with that one. All right, we got a tank out of the eastern front, southernmost property out of the eastern front. And it looks like Etchel is moving his tank up to the north, and we're going north again with the artillery. So, yeah, if it's our intention to keep the artillery for zoning purposes over here, we shouldn't have moved in the first place, I don't think, because that just kind of just wastes a couple days of artillery, I think, which is unfortunate. Yeah, definitely make sure you got a plan with your units right away when you're playing, because if you're going to be moving your units back and forth, then it can be a little risky. It can get a little dicey if you put your units out of position, that's for sure. It does look like we actually go in for that two-pronged attack that I was thinking was going to happen too, which is very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay, a single movement from this tank here. I believe that's actually just to get out of range of this tank. So that's not too bad. We are going to go in and cap the city and block it off from the two-pronged attack, which is very nice. If these infantry do decide to push in to attack, they are going to get retaliated pretty badly. Although this infantry could go over here to attack this one. But I think if these three infantry decide to move in and attack here, then they are going to be losing the engagement, and that would just leave Etchel 3 infantry behind in the overall battle. So probably would not go up and attack that. I think at this point, I'd focus a lot of my effort over here and refortify this and probably try to maybe block off this area at this point. As it looks like Anna is going to be able to get that southern corner, but it is looking kind of rough. I think we might need some artillery over here to start defending. Ooh, I don't know. This is looking a little rough. I don't know. We'll see how it goes here. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so nice capture on this one. Nice block with the artillery too, so now the tank is not going to be able to safely interrupt that. These infantry are out of position to safely interrupt it as well. It does look like we are going to be getting that city, no problem. And we are actually ahead in funds right now too. But like I normally say when it comes to funds, you don't necessarily need to be ahead in properties in order to win the game. A lot of the time, unit count and positioning is way more important than properties. So if your opponent overextends to get a bunch of properties, and you just manage to take them out, well, you're just going to get the properties later just from having more units in general. So, very good stuff. Alright, looks like Etchel is going hard on the tanks over on the eastern front now too, so that's good. So he's recognizing the danger that is lurking over here. So we are trying to refortify as much as we can. So very nice. Not a bad strategy. Not a bad strategy. It does look like the comm towers are finally being capped here on day 9, which is interesting because I see a lot of people capping the comm towers super quick. So considering they haven't been capped yet, it's kind of neat. Other plans afoot, that's for sure. Alright, nice cap and nice zoning with the artillery here. So now if anything does decide to come in and attack this, it's going to get blasted by that artillery. Plus the tank backup right here. So this tank can't really safely attack from any area. So that is basically forcing the retreat for that tank. Okay. Ooh. Tank already double infantry builds. Slowly moving our units up. Nice. That is a vulgar display of power over there in the center for all you metalheads out there, that's for sure. Ooh. Yeah, we got 4 tanks in the center. That is a very strong position to be in. Caustic Finale, if you control the center, then you have a very, very, very good foot on the map. It gives you a lot of potential controlling the center because it just makes your front switches extremely powerful. Looks like we were attempting a luck roll, I believe, there with the double infantry on 100%. 100% firepower being the comm tower, and the 90 infantry going up to 100. I don't actually think that is a guaranteed KO. That might be a 1 HP. I don't actually think it can go up. Maybe if you high rolled on both of them, it is possible, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I think it would go down to 1 regardless. I don't think I would have joined right there. This unit is pretty much going to get one shot by lots of things here. Well, I mean, it won't get one shot, but it'll be super injured. I think the other infantry probably would have been better at just being a blocker at that point. Oh, we got a double tank block with a medium tank build. So we got a classy medium tank actually coming in with that classy medium tank. Very nice. You love to see it. Love to see medium tanks being popped up anywhere. Okay, so not pushing ahead too far. Now let me just go back here. I think we capped that property, so that's what happened. Alright, so we can't really go any further with that. I still... Hold on. Can we get this down here? I still probably would have went here with the artillery, because then we could zone this area. These guys are probably going to be going over here anyways. Maybe that's not a super good idea, but I think we have to be a little bit more aggressive over there with that artillery. Ooh. So, decent interrupt right here, although it's on a 7 HP, so it's not going to be... Probably is not going to be capped right away, and we have lots of tanks here, lots of infantry presence. I don't know. Nice shot from the artillery, moving the 1 HP infantry back to get some heals and actually restarting the cap with that infantry. So that's very nice. So resetting the counter on that that cap down there in the south. Keeping up the pressure. That was a lot of KOs right there. A lot of KOs. You hate to see it, love to do it. Alright, looks like Anna Page there, the Orange Star player, has actually built a medium tank of their own. So, classy medium tanks on the Orange Star area. Very nice. Love to see it. Love to see it, that's for sure. Alright, artillery moving a little bit forward and blocking off this area here. So it looks like the artillery is going to attempt to zone out the port and the city at the exact same time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not gonna be possible. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we get a side slip, we would actually be able to take out that infantry. And side slip is entirely possible right now, so we're like not really that far away from it. Ooh. You know, if it was me, I'd probably just go like full send and just side slip and just like hit that guy. But that's why I lose most of the time, folks. Biscuit for the biscuit, that's what they say. No, we're still being way too passive with this guy. This guy needs to just send him right there. Just send him right there. That defends the infantry right there. If we defend those infantry, then like Anna's not going to be able to contest those infantry at all, and then we'll be able to move the artillery like over here with blockers next turn. Like that would be huge. We got to get that artillery like up in the front lines right now. Because Anna's got the entire center taken. Entire center. Alright, just doing a lot of pinpoint movements. Lots of little precise movements. Not really too much. Lots of adjusting. Getting ready for a little push by the looks of it here. Keeping all our tanks in the back. Keeping them safe. Safety first, folks. Ooh, beginning to threat. Moving the infantry up on the mounting range. Reminder that right now, Adder is actually sitting at 110 over 100 for all their units right now with that comm tower, so we do have a little bit of extra firepower. Oh, it looks like Etchel is deciding to move forward. We have a big hit, 2 big hits, taking out 2 units. Moving the medium tank a little bit closer. Not really a huge fan of that, though. Okay, my only issue is leave this base unguarded. If we get the side slip, we could pop it. Risky pop, though. I don't know. But you can't just turtle up there for sure. You gotta keep your units defended. You gotta put some pressure there. And, ooh. I think we're... Yeah, I think Etchel is casting the line out, as they say, and trying to go for a little bait right here with that artillery units. We'll see if Anna takes the bait, though. Ooh, big hit with the 8-5 over here on the city. Going to be getting a heal from that city next turn, too. Although it does look like it is possible to get a double hit here. But if we did move in here, maybe the intention is actually the front switch right now. Attacking into this section with this force right now, even though it does look like you have more, that is not going to be a winning battle. Etchel is going to have instant reinforcements every single turn, so would not really be a winning battle for sure. Okay, so nice little shimmying going on. Got a triple tank build with the infantry. We are sitting at 20 properties to 19 right now in favor of Orange Star. And if you can actually take a look over there at the top right-hand corner of the screen, that you do see that Anna Page is now sitting at 35 units to 24. So the KD is a lot different at the moment. 20k, 23k advantage and about 11 units at the moment. So not a great place for the Blue Moon player to be in, unfortunately. But he does carry on. He does carry on. He's not going to give up. He does do a triple hit on this tank here and actually begins cap on it on the city. Going to attempt to swing that back in his own favor here, although I do see a problem here with this setup. So if you guys can see the issue with this setup here, go ahead and put a like on the video if you can see the issue here. And if you can't see the like, or if you can't see the issue, then just make comments that you can't see the issue, and then we're going to explain it in just a second anyways. Or don't. It's perfectly fine. But either way, make sure to subscribe. Talking to you. Anyways, all right, so the issue here is I do see a little bit of a weakness here with this front. Now, an infantry on a road has absolutely no defense to it, so sitting at 9 HP, it is going to be extremely simple for a single tank to actually move forward and one-shot this infantry here. And that would actually give us a free shot on the tank. And it looks like if we actually have side slip, if we do see that and the front switch happens, it is going to be a dicey turn next turn. Oh, we built a rocket from Etchel. Okay, interesting, interesting. You do love to see rockets. You don't really see them too often. Rockets are a very incredibly good unit. The only issue is they're incredibly slow, and they have absolutely no defenses. They can get taken out like that, unfortunately. It is just unfortunate. Yeah, wow, we have a side slip. Okay, so let's see what's going to be happening with the side slip. Moving into cap property, we're going to double hit an infantry and take out a 1 HP infantry, and we are going to sacrifice our infantry to do damage to this one. So that's a very interesting play, right? So sacrificing your units to actually do chip damage to an enemy unit can be incredibly effective. So as you can see there, now I believe this artillery is going to be able to finish off that hit right there, which would leave the tanks completely open to go and cause massive damage. Oh, so we're not going to do it with the artillery. So maybe we have another plan for the artillery. Okay, see, that's what I'm talking about with that infantry. It's just, it was taken out just too quick, and then we pop the artillery and hit the injured tank. Very unfortunate. Pulling back down here too, which is very good because this is that's a losing battle to be pushing into, so you really don't want to be doing that. Right? Now let's continue on and see what else happens. So interesting play right here. So we're gonna be zoning out this area right here. So It's not too bad. It looks like we're going to be threatening this infantry here too, which is not a bad play for sure. Now, if you wanted to be super, super aggressive, you could actually put your artillery all the way down here, because it's not going to be hit by anything for sure. Anything that actually goes up and is ballsy enough to take that shot is going to be taken out next turn. So it's almost a way how you can guarantee a tank kill next turn, but playing it safe and keeping it up there, that's not a problem. Okay, so Etchel is going to have to do some serious damage this turn because we are down by an incredibly large amount. So let's see if this turbocharge can get the damage that we need in order to come back into this game. We do got the medium tanks rolling out, so very nice. Ooh, getting massive movement out of that rocket, so that's very good, very good. And okay, so that's it. So we didn't really do too much damage, but we did manage to push out our units quite a bit there. So that's okay. That's okay. If we manage to use our co-power just to maneuver our units, that is not a bad use of the co-power. Now, some might argue that you want to use your co-powers to do massive damage, but sometimes it's a good idea to use them just to be able to do a little bit of damage and maneuver your units into the right position. Now, unfortunately, I think it's a little bit too late at this point, because this is an incredibly good push right here, and I just don't know. I don't know if Blue Moon's going to be able to do anything about this one, but either way, let's carry on and we'll see what happens. Because unless we actually get these units over here like super fast, then it's not really going to be good. I mean, if I was Anna Page at this point too, I think what I would do next turn is probably pop a medium tank right here. Wall here, pop a medium tank here, and then like just... well, it depends on if we can kill this medium tank. If we can kill the medium tank, we can block off that base. I think we're going to be able to get this block no problem. But if we can block this base, then all we have to do is French switch over here and then just continue to take out the other side. Ooh. But he just built another medium tank. Alright, so we have a nice little shift there. So that's not bad. Does realize that there's no threat coming from the northern area right now. And staying far away from that base is probably a good idea, but we are locked in here. So we have an incredibly tough battle to get through in order to assist this side. So we'll see what Anna decides to do. So we pop the side slip, very nice, get that +1 movement. Ooh, a 7-5 engagement, not the best engagement, not the worst engagement for sure. Ooh, getting a nice hit with the tank though. So that is a very valuable thing you can do with your tanks for sure, that some people might not do. You know, they might not be willing to do that trade, take the shoot medium tank with a small tank, but it can be effective. As you can see there, we did manage to pull off like a big 35%, so not too bad at all. That is a 110% firepower and 110% defense tank at the moment with the co-power, so nothing to scoff at, that's for sure. Okay, and it does look like Etchel has resigned at that point. So, wow. Yeah, that was a crazy match. We do see, it does look like Anna Page did actually have a lot of tempo and a lot of momentum from early on, from just gaining the center and making sure that her presence was known in the center. So hopefully that'll be a really good learning point for people, especially just seeing how it can be done. Now, moving your units into the center in Caustic Finale is incredibly important. Now, I think one of the reasons why people tend to lose on Caustic Finale is they try to focus too much of their force all over the map, which is not what you want to do. What you really want to do is you want to pick an area of attack, an area of focus the majority of your units onto that area, because if you can see here, all the way back on like turn 8, we can see, actually maybe even before that, we can see how Anna sort of dilly-dallied over here a little bit, but her main focus was actually to get Etchel to buy units over here. in order to push these units over by the HQ. So you can see in the next few turns here how the tides sort of shift quite a bit. And then a massive amount of units just started to surround the HQ, which at this point, too, made Etchel decide to go heavy over here in Turtle. What you don't want to do is when your opponent turtles, especially on a mixed base, is stay in that area. So the front switch... Whoa, going the wrong way. So the front switch after that was completely necessary, moving these units over here. Pinpointing the weak spot right there for sure was a great play. And then after that, it was just slowly moving forward and taking out the rest of it. So congratulations to Anna Page for winning that one. That was a very vulgar display of power for sure. If anybody else has a replay that they would like me to review or feature on the channel, please send me a message on Advanced Wars by Web. My name is Mr. Cannon. That is MR_CANNON. Send me the link to the battle. I'll take a look, and you might be featured on the channel. So make sure to keep your comments clean in the battle, because I do check them. Alrighty. And if you're not already, just make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to be putting a link in the description below where you can join Advanced Wars by Web today and join the Discord for Advanced Wars by Web, as well as my own Discord. If you want to join that, it's the Mr. Cannon's Advanced Wars by Web Discord of bad strategies. So we'll be able to discuss all sorts of bad strategies in there together, folks. Alrighty, as well as team games, because I set up team games at least once every, a couple of months. So should be super fun. Alright, in the meantime, you all have yourself a fantastic day. Hopefully Friday the 13th wasn't too bad for you. I know it was yesterday, but enjoy. Alright, take care, folks. Bye-bye for now.